That oversized shirt that you're hiding behind, ladies, it's not comfort. It's camouflage. You're hiding something. Today, on day 16 of our 30-day Heel Elevated, or it's 100 Heel Elevated Squat Challenge, we're talking about dress for your future. Stop hiding. Stop hiding in comfort clothes. But today's not about fashion. It's about your faith, okay? Because the woman you are becoming doesn't shrink to fit her past, okay? We are taking the Band-Aid off. We are showing up in a new way. This woman that is saying goodbye to her past and finding her own identity. She dresses like she already walks in purpose. Welcome to day 16 of the 30-day challenge. Today we're talking about what it really means to dress for your future and why the way you present yourself can either anchor you in an old identity or activate you to the next level. You ready? Let's
Welcome to the Tina Parker Show, where we burn the bullshit, speak the truth, and build brands that break chains. I'm Tina Parker, spiritual badass, truth teller, and the woman who turns pain into purpose. If you're ready to lead with fire, heal out loud, and drop the damn mic, you're home.
All right, you ready? Let's talk about the psychology of comfort clothes. Okay? I know some of you guys might not feel like you have the body yet to, maybe you're on your weight loss journey, okay? But we're just talking about the fundamentals of these comfort clothes, okay? Let's talk about what happens inside your mind when you reach for that big t-shirt, the messy bun, or the sweats you've had on since 2015. You guys, I go to the gym in a messy bun, either a messy bun or a baseball hat. I love it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are the type that wears the oversized big t-shirt, the big baggy clothes, we're going to talk about the psychology around it, okay? You tell yourself, I'm just too comfortable, but subconsciously you are protecting yourself. Now, I'll be honest, there are days you want to put on, the rainy days, the cold days, put put on put on your comfy clothes. Okay? Watch a movie. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your day to day, every day, okay? That's your reactive mind, okay, when you're protecting yourself. The old programming that says, if I draw less attention, I won't get hurt, judged, or rejected. Put in the comments if any of you have felt like that. This is an interactive show, and I would love to get to know you, to connect with you, and that's where we all grow, okay? When you shrink to feel safe, you also shrink your signal. If you're single, ladies, if you are single and you're looking for a man, I want you to know that we put off an energy that says either we're open for business or we're closed for business. You might be dressed great, but then you could also still put on a vibe, a frequency that you are closed for business. So it's important, like when you're growing a business or when you're networking or when you're, doing sale, whatever, you want to say, and you want to have an energy that says, I'm open for business. Okay? All right, so you don't want to draw less attention. I mean, who wants to just blend? I've heard girls say that. I want to just blend in. Why? You want to stand out. I just want you to know. Look at the stars in the sky, okay? They don't blend in. And you're a star. But when you shrink to feel safe, you also shrink your signal. The energy you send out, I'm not ready yet, and life matches that frequency. That it is a fact. That is how it works. There was a time when I first started working out, and I remember I probably had a sports bra, but I think I just wore t-shirts. You know what I mean? I might have had a tank top, but it was long. And And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying the big old baggy t-shirts that hide everything, um, it just looks, to me, it kind of looks sloppy on women that are beautiful humans. And why not work towards getting a tank top, something you feel sexy in? And you know what? It's like something incredible that happens when I finally started losing weight and I got around more people that went to the gym and that were there. And I looked at those women that were already fit. Okay. They were already where I wanted to be. And I saw how they were, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get there. And I did. But you got to be around that stuff. Okay. And, and have goals to get there. And so the goal is maybe right now you are not in a position to take off the big old baggy shirt. Okay. Because you got rolls. Well, then you work towards it. But I want you to know the vibe you put off in the big baggy t-shirt comfort clothes, okay? That's what we're talking about here. Um, and so I transitioned into who I am today when I go to the gym. But anyway, I was I was building my confidence when I started going to the gym, and I didn't want people to see when I first started going. I didn't want people to see the little fat roll. Um, but it's the way you show up now that trains your brain for what's next. This even goes to your work. You know what I mean? How you show up if you get ready every day. I think it's important because when you show up ready for the day, like you personally feel ready, I just feel like you carry a different energy. You're ready for work, you're ready to make sales. You're ready to close deals, whatever it is, okay? So let's talk about the identity link. How your clothing triggers old programming. Some people wear baggy clothes because you might wear garments, or you might have had a parent that told you not to show skin, different things like that. Um, you might have some old identity links that is triggering some old programming. Okay, every outfit carries energy. It's not just fabric, it's memory. When you wear the same clothes you wore during your lowest season, your mind associates that look with who you were back then. Uncertain, small, surviving. That's what we'd call an engram. Okay, it's like a memory that's in your subconscious, that's embedded in your brain, and subconsciously, we don't realize it, but it is creating, we carry it with us, and we need to clear that. Okay, it's an emotional snapshot your body still remembers. The goal isn't to erase it, it's to recognize it, feel that, and work through it. Okay, it's to recode it, give it a new name, tell yourself that you are sexy, you are beautiful. you know Now, today's topic has been a lot on um and I also share content around it on my Instagram or YouTube shorts, or in different areas. And I did two posts. One was of the workout. The other one was me in a schoolgirl outfit dancing. And that's not to say that my future self, dress for your future. I'm not saying I'm going to go um you know work in a club, uh, or strip. Okay, I you know I was on OnlyFans, so I did do that. But I'm just saying, the point is that you want to feel like you can do that behind closed doors. So I'm really sharing, you know, that get to a point where you feel confident getting, and you don't have to. This is for women that really want to get rid of that old programming, and you want to create a new identity for who you really are, your true identity, not old programming, okay? And I want you to know that women, sexy women, do get sexy at night. They might do it in their homes, okay? But I'm showing you so that you know what it looks like, okay? But anyway, I just want you to know that I think you should sometimes create some novelty in your life for your husband, for your partner, you know? Have some fun. Real world stuff, okay? So when you want when I say dress for your future, I'm not talking about labels or luxury. I'm talking about activating your next level through intention. Put on something that makes your posture rise. You stand up tall, you look at yourself and you think, she's walking in purpose. She's sexy. She's confident. Whatever you want to say right there, okay? That's how you override old identity loops. Faith in motion, aligning outer confidence with your inner belief, okay? Faith in motion means you walk like it's already done. Okay, you're already there. You might not be, or have the body that you desire yet, but you're working towards it. So start speaking to that person that you're becoming, okay? Speak to yourself like it's already done. You don't wait for the promotion, the healed body, the man, or the money. You move like the version of you that already is inside of you. You already have it. Okay, this is where the analytical mind, your spirit-led, truth-based self, steps in. It's the part that says, even if I don't feel like her yet, I can dress like her, talk like her, act like her, and my faith will catch up. Okay? That's why you have faith that you know there's a bigger creator out there, right? That you believe in God or Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. You believe in manifestation. You believe in something greater than ourselves, right? So, but you don't have facts. You just believe it because of all the things that you see. It must be true, right? And that's the same thing. It's faith without being able to physically see it. Okay. Think about when you've had a big presentation or interview. Maybe you haven't had that yet, but think about a time that you've had something. Okay. You didn't throw on pajamas. You showed up polished, prepared, intentional. Why? Because how you dress affects how you perform. I will tell you, there's times, at the bank on Fridays, we had, if we were doing like a charity event and we wanted to help a charity, we would tell all the employees, if you pay $2 on Fridays we're going to do this for 3 months. On Fridays, you pay $2, you get to wear jeans. This was at the bank. And so, but it was a great way to incentivize people to pay towards this charity, but then also they got to wear some jeans and they wore their, the shirt that the credit union provided. But people did that. But I noticed that when I would wear the jeans, I felt different. You know what I mean? If it was more lax. So it's whatever makes you feel your best. It could be that you could be your best in jeans. I can guarantee you're going to feel a lot better dressed the way you would like to be able to dress rather than the comfort clothes. I don't know. I just did not grow up like that. So maybe I just don't understand your way if you wear comfort clothes and you can be your best in comfort clothes because, baggy t-shirts and that. I just grew up with my mom always getting ready every day, even if she didn't have anything. And so that's my way of thinking. Like, I just feel like I perform my best when I, show up ready to rock and roll. Now, there gets to be a time when, like, you see billionaires, millionaires, a lot of them are dressing like a t-shirt and jeans. And that's fine too. If they perform their best in t-shirt and jeans, I think that's great. They're not wearing baggy shirts. They tuck them in. They still, they're wearing nice t-shirts. They're wearing nice jeans. So, but I think women, we're different. Like, we're supposed to shine. We're supposed to glow. I don't know. It's just me, and if you think I'm off, I'm open to hear other people. I'm not like dead set that my way is the only way. I teach based on what I've experienced in my professional and my professional life and what's worked. It's actually worked Okay, I'm not just making stuff up. Um, yeah, you think about you when you had a presentation or interview. You didn't go in your big baggy t-shirt because you wouldn't have gotten the job, right? It's because how you dress affects how you perform. It signals to your brain, we're in a higher environment now. So when I walk to the gym, or I might go, um, you know, to an interview, or I might go be, meeting some friends, I always want to dress nice. I don't want to get there and feel like, well, I slumped it up here today, you know. You want to dress like the woman who belongs in every room that God sends to me or opens the door to, even if my circumstances haven't caught up yet. Okay. Let's talk about the energy shift from camouflage to confidence. This isn't about vanity. It's about a vibration. It's about a frequency. It's about energy. Okay. So when you start dressing for your future, you carry yourself differently. You speak with more authority. You start attracting opportunities that match your new energy. Why? Because your spirit recognizes alignment, and alignment always brings acceleration. So if you've been hiding behind that big t-shirt, ask yourself, what part of me is afraid to be seen? You guys, that's really what it is. People that are wearing big t-shirts, there's a part of them, their body, that is afraid to be seen. And maybe you have a skinny body, but you've been told not to show. Okay? So you're afraid. You have these engrams that is an old identity, someone else's belief, not yours. You've just carried it on because you were told that from the time you were a little girl. Then remind yourself, I'm not who I was. I'm becoming who I'm called to be. That's faith in motion, the daily decision to walk like it's already done. I'm going to give you a practical challenge. Okay, here's your challenge today. Go through your closet. Pull one piece that represents your past season. That's your survival version of you. Okay, thank it for carrying you through that season and then let it go. Throw it away. Give it to DI or whatever you call it in your town. We have Desert Industries here in Utah. Then put on something that symbolizes where you're headed. Something that makes you feel bold, grounded, and alive. It doesn't have to be new. It just has to be intentional. And you guys, if you don't have money, I want to tell you that like the DI or your thrift shop, they have nice stuff and you can get it for $5. Okay. When you move your body and dress your energy, you send a message to heaven. I'm ready for more. To the woman you're becoming doesn't hide in her old habits. Okay. We're squashing old habits. We're creating new habits, even if it's one habit at a time. She shows up in faith, fire, and confidence, not because she has it all figured out. You may not have it all figured out, but because she's becoming it one motion, one choice, one habit, one outfit at a time. You can't rebuild your life in survival clothes. Dress for your future, move like it's already done, and watch how God, or Yahweh, meets you in the motion. And I want to ask you and encourage you to join the Women of Action. I've got the link in the show notes. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or share this with someone that could use this message. And if you want to learn more, go to my other links. It's on my in the description as well. And you guys, if you're interested in any financial things, okay, I also help in the financial industry. I have another episode I'm going to share today about shifts that are going on in the world of finance and AI and all this stuff. What's going on behind the scenes, okay? Just to kind of give more people more understanding and what you should prepare for. And I appreciate you for joining. Have a great day.